How to build an emergency fund. Life doesn't always give a heads up. Your car might break down, your job might shift suddenly, or a medical bill might land in your lap out of nowhere. In moments like that, having some savings set aside can be the difference between staying calm and feeling completely overwhelmed. That's really what an emergency fund is for. Not for fun stuff or big purchases, but for those unexpected things that need quick attention. In this video, we're breaking down how to build your emergency fund step by step, from how much you need to where to keep it, and how to save for it even if your budget's tight right now. How much you need, the 3 to 6 month rule. You might have heard the idea that your emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of living expenses, and while that sounds like a lot at first, the key is to understand what that number means for your situation. It doesn't mean your full salary. It means your essential expenses, like rent or mortgage, groceries, utilities, transportation, and any medications or insurance you need. If you were in a tough spot and needed to live on the bare minimum for a few months, how much would you need each month to stay afloat? For example, if your essential monthly costs come out to 1,500 euros, then a 3-month emergency fund would be 4,500 euros, and a 6-month would be 9,000 euros. You don't have to hit that number overnight. It's perfectly okay to build it slowly, starting with a small goal, even 500 euros or 1,000 euros, just something to create a little buffer. Then, once you've got that first layer in place, you can work towards the larger goal step by step. What's helpful is breaking it down into monthly or weekly goals. If you aim to save 100 euros a month, that's 1,200 euros in a year, and it adds up faster than you think. The most important thing is to start, even if the amount feels small at first. Where to keep your emergency fund, savings versus checking. Once you've started setting money aside, you want to keep it somewhere that's both easy to reach in an emergency and separate enough that you're not tempted to dip into it for everyday stuff. A regular checking account usually isn't the best place because it's tied to your spending, and the money can easily blend in with everything else. A better option is a high-yield savings account, which gives you a little bit of interest while keeping the money separate and safe. A high-yield savings account doesn't need to be fancy. It's just a savings account that pays you a better rate than the ones offered by traditional banks. A lot of online banks in Europe now offer interest rates that are around 3% or more, which helps your money grow slowly, even while it's just sitting there. And because it's not directly linked to your debit card, you're less likely to use it for impulse spending. What you're looking for is something with no monthly fees, easy access in case of emergencies, and a solid reputation for security. Some people even open a separate bank account entirely and nickname it emergency fund to stay mentally clear about what that money is for. The goal is to make it slightly inconvenient to access, but not so hard that you can't get to it when you need it. How to save for it, using automation and challenges. One of the easiest ways to build an emergency fund is by taking the decision out of your hands completely. That's where automation comes in. Most banks and budgeting apps let you set up automatic transfers. You choose how much and how often, and it quietly moves that money from your main account to your emergency fund without you needing to think about it. Whether it's once a week or right after payday, automation helps you build that habit without relying on willpower. If your income is irregular or you prefer something more interactive, savings challenges can also work well. For example, the 52-week challenge has you save a little more each week, like €1 in week 1, €2 in week 2, and so on. And by the end of the year, you've saved over 1,300 euros. Some people use apps that round up their purchases and move the spare change into savings, which builds up quietly in the background. You can also look for small areas in your spending where you can cut back temporarily, even something like skipping takeout once a week or switching to a cheaper streaming plan can give you an extra 20 euros to move into your fund. The key is consistency over time, not perfection. You're building something that helps protect your future, and even small steps can take you a long way when they're done regularly. So that's the full breakdown on how to build an emergency fund that works for you. Something simple, reliable, and ready for when life throws you a curveball. Whether you're starting with 20 euros or already halfway to your savings goal, the important part is that you're building a habit that puts you in control, no matter what comes your way. What's the hardest part been for you? Saving regularly, figuring out how much you need, or deciding where to keep it? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's chat about it down there. If this helped you or gave you a little clarity, go ahead and give it a like. And if you're into more videos like this, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss what's coming next. And of course, if you know someone who could use this, feel free to share it with them. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.